Hi, this is Sophie from Angelic Energies. I'm the author of Guided by Angels, A Journey Through Life with the Archangels, and creator of the Guided by Angel Oracle cards and gorgeous scented healing mists. So, I'm doing a new feature here called Ask the Angels, and I'm asking you guys what you would like guidance and assistance with, just to get a fresh perspective on whatever it is you're going through. And everything here is completely anonymous, so there's no names mentioned. All you have to do is just message me, and I will endeavour to bring through some guidance for you. Now, as with all guidance, please only take on board that which resonates in your heart, that which you remember to be true. So I've had a fabulous message from a lovely guy that's come through, and he says this: I would like guidance on how to really dissolve away my worrying thoughts and unforgiveness in my heart, and to really deeply believe in my goodness, love and worthiness. Also, how to really trust that I am protected, loved and guided, and just feel more relaxed and happy and calm. So there's a lot to go through there. Okay, let's start from the top. So, guidance on how to dissolve away my worrying thoughts and unforgiveness in my heart. So I think it really helps to realise that, and I talk a lot about this in my book, the brain, the mind, really isn't conditioned to help you with your happiness. Your mind is really hasn't much, well, our minds haven't really much evolved from the prehistoric times of when we had to, be on high alert, and basically your mind is pre-programmed to always look for the problems in life. It's always, it's always trying to help you, and your ego the same way actually. Always trying to prepare for the worst case scenarios, just so that, oh, heaven forbid, something should happen. And it really takes a lot of practice to actively train your mind to make it work for you. Think of it like a muscle. It's you've actively got to work it and help it focus on what is beneficial for your health. I have a lovely saying: worrying is a tremendous misuse of your imagination. And it's so true, because we don't realize how powerful we are, and actually your thoughts really do create the reality that you live in. So if you're always worrying about life and always looking out for the worst case scenarios, guess what? That's what you're going to, what you expect is what's going to show up for you. So think of it like a game of tennis. And every time a negative thought comes to you, ping it back with a positive thought, okay? And I talk about a lot of ways to overcome this in my online course, Becoming Empowered, as well. And it's really the practice of noticing your thoughts as well. Because quite often we go through our days very subconsciously. We don't actually stop to analyse if our thoughts are serving us or not. And a good practice to get into for just noticing your thoughts and how you speak to yourself and your inner dialogue is journaling. You know, it's wonderful to get up and start the day just writing it out, everything that's in your mind. Don't censor it, just write it all down. And then afterwards you can read over it and you can start to see your internal dialogue, start to see how your thought patterns are happening. And then when you've got that sense of distance from your thoughts, when you're looking at your thoughts, you're able to analyze them and see, you know, which thoughts are helping you and which aren't. And then you can actively notice, oh, I'm having this thought again about worrying about X, Y, or Z. Stop yourself in your tracks. It's building that awareness, that mindfulness of how you think. And quite often, you know, we can be our own worst enemy. You know, and you, to be truthful, the way we talk to ourselves and our own mind, you wouldn't talk even to an enemy like that. So, yeah, practice mindfulness of your thoughts, and just meditation as well is wonderful for giving you that space to slow the mind down and step out of that thought, being attached to your thoughts, so that you learn to witness them rather than be absorbed in them as well. And yeah, it's like a little puppy. Start training your mind to think positive thoughts. You know, in every situation, imagine the best case scenario. Yeah, you keep imagining the best case scenario and yeah, this is how you create your own reality, because that's drawing it to you. And how do I dissolve away the unforgiveness in my heart? This is the thing. I think when we've been hurt, we have a tendency to, well, we don't want to experience that pain anymore. So there can be a tendency to put a barrier up around your heart and to close your heart off. Realize that the person that's hurt you has done so because they're struggling. They've not been able to cope, and actually, if they were more evolved, if they were more evolved, they would love you. And it's their shortcomings that have hurt you. So try and find that forgiveness in your heart for them not being as evolved as they needed to be, and learn to practice listening to your own heart and tuning into your heart. And again, I write about this in the book, of making that time to connect with your heart and really ask your heart what it is that it needs, and make that connection. Think of your heart as a living being, and really connect with that, and find out what matters to your heart. Make a commitment and a positive step towards answering what your heart really needs. And there's so many different ways you can strengthen your heart again after it's been hurt. Meditations, practicing the art of really sinking into your heart and really feeling love and gratitude. And it can be difficult when you're going through pain. What helps for me is thinking about a pet. I'm very close to my animals. For you, I mean, it I don't know, it could be just anything that gives you that joy. And sit for 10 minutes every day, feeling that inner joy, and then radiate that out into the world as well. Because the more you cultivate that joy and send it out, the more it's going to come back to you tenfold. And the next part, how do I really trust that I am protected, loved and guided, and just feel more relaxed, happy and calm? Well, if you do all of that, then you're going to be feeling a lot happier and calmer. I can guarantee you that. But how can you really trust that you're protected, loved and guided? Well, I think it's an inner knowing for me, personally. It's a little bit hard for me to answer this one, because it's just something that I feel it so strongly. I can't question that it's not there. I just know in every moment that you've got your guardian angels, your spirit team, constantly whispering in your ear that it's that subtle little voice inside of you that's always guiding you to do the right thing. And it's not learning to distinguish between that voice and the voice of the ego is very important, because the ego is always about trying to keep you small, trying to keep you safe, telling you that you're not good enough, or that kind of thing. Whereas that soft, gentle, uplifting voice, that's the voice of your angels, and you can always hear that. And if you can't, it's because you're not giving yourself that quiet time. Quite often our minds are like motorways, and they're like racing 1,000 miles an hour, and we're crossing off the to-do list, and we're not giving ourselves that quiet time just to be still. So take yourself off for walks in nature, and and really just connect to that silence, to that stillness, because that is when the guidance is going to come through to you. A lot of people find that when they're out running, that's when these aha moments ping into their minds, or if they're in the shower, it's just that quiet time where you've switched off the rest of the world. So that's always available to you, and you just need to. I think quite often we pass this guidance off as our own thoughts, but sometimes when these flashes of inspiration comes in, it's clearly not your own. So watch out, for making that silence, for making that quiet time to hear that guidance, and knowing that you are loved and protected. Every single one of us is born with, I think 2 guardian angels, and their sole purpose is you. they see you through the eyes of unconditional love, and they're there to remind you that that is your true natural state, and they hold the space for you to step into that. So know that you are loved, that you are worthy of love, and you are always protected. You know, if you feel that connection to your spirit team, to the angels, and practice building that relationship with them. You know, talk to them. Hand over your worries to them. That's what they're there for. You don't have to think that you're in this world alone, because you're not. You know, hand it all over to them, and trust. And yeah, you will lead a magical, wonderful life if you do. So I hope that was helpful to you, my dear, and everyone else that was listening. If you'd like to stay in touch, please do go onto my website, angelicenergies.co.uk, and sign up for my free monthly newsletter. And I shall speak to you again soon. Thank you.